Good morning, friends. Picture this, the world waking up to a knot of urgent stories that tug at so many of us. Human suffering, high-stakes diplomacy, and a strange mixture of rupture and small, fragile steps toward repair. I'll walk you through the headlines in a way that's calm, clear, and honest, like standing in a living room with a friend and sorting through a stack of letters that arrived overnight. In the eastern Mediterranean and along the Gaza Strip, violence has surged once again, and the human cost is painfully clear. Intense strikes and ground operations have left neighborhoods in ruins and whole communities scrambling for the basics: shelter, safe water, food, and medical care. Hospitals are stretched thin, and relief agencies are warning that humanitarian needs are acute and growing. That pressure, the desperate need for access to civilians and aid, is fueling urgent calls from international organizations and some governments for corridors for help and for measures to protect non-combatants while talks continue in various channels. It's a situation that combines immediate human crisis with long, unresolved political questions. The scenes are grim, the appeals are earnest, and the diplomatic conversations are, as you might expect, fraught and ongoing. Across the Black Sea and further east, Ukraine has endured a large-scale nighttime assault that tested its air defenses and its infrastructure. Authorities reported waves of drones and multiple missiles launched in a coordinated strike campaign. Ukrainian air defenses say they intercepted most of the incoming targets, but the volume and intensity still caused outages and damage in several regions, leaving millions with disruptions to power and essential services. The obvious takeaway is that the front lines are not simply about territory. They include power grids, civilian supply chains, and the daily rhythms of life. Each attack reverberates far beyond the moment it explodes in the sky. Over in the Arabian Peninsula, a notable development. The Yemeni government and Houthi forces have agreed to a massive detainee exchange. Roughly 2,900 people released in what participants are calling the largest prisoner swap since the conflict began. This kind of move doesn't end a war, but it can be the kind of confidence-building step that makes negotiation more plausible. It's the sort of human-centered diplomacy that softens the edges of conflict. Families reunited, a little less leverage for back-and-forth retaliation, and at least for now, it's a rare sliver of relief in a long-running and brutal confrontation. Closer to Southeast Asia, Thailand and Cambodia are stepping back from a recent flare of deadly border clashes and saying they will resume talks aimed at stabilizing their shared boundary. The messages coming from diplomats emphasize de-escalation and a durable local ceasefire. Border tensions can be dangerous because they're often sudden and can draw in local communities, security forces, and a lot of national pride. So when governments say they're returning to the table, it's a reminder that diplomacy can be slow and incremental, but also that some